Hey, good morning, good afternoon. I am coming to you live. I just came back from the Young Research Institute Science Symposium. It was absolutely incredible. We got this amazing gift. Let's look and see what's inside. And I want to talk to all my science nerds out there or people just really caring about their health, right? If you care about your health, I want to talk to you about that, and you can see a little bit what's in this. So we just had, I think I count them up, maybe 7 different health professionals and scientists who talked to us today. Absolutely incredible. So I just was blown away. Okay, so let's start with our first doctor here. Let me give you a little bit. She talked to us quite a bit specifically about women's health and female health. And if you're not aware of it, I am, because I am in postmenopausal, and I didn't realize for 10 years of my life that I was struggling hormonally. A lot of factors to that and stuff too. So this doctor was showing us, particularly for women, just what our hormones look like. And I think too, we're hearing a lot, my hormones are all over the place. But I love she said something that our hormones are a symphony, right? A symphony, and not truly a chaotic. She did talk a bit about, if you're not familiar, our hormones, we have these receptors and receptor sites. And there's a lot of things, like I'm drinking out of one here, plastic. There's a lot of disruptors to our endocrine system, our hormone system, because things like plastics and pesticides and all these things will clog up those receptors and can cause our hormones to be really out of whack. The food we eat, all of that. So I see one of my health practitioner doctor friends is on too, so feel free to make your comments and edify a little bit of this information too. I'm just going to go through it real quick because I'm sure there will be Science Symposium seminars coming up too. One of the things that I found, especially with my clients too, is that because of the chronic stress that so many of us are in, lack of sleep, and chronic stress can be from a situation you're going through. It can be, I remember situations in my life for the past 10 years of multiple moves, my husband's horrific car accident, what we've gone through with my autistic son, all of these things, that when this stress hormone is high, it just totally robs the body of sex hormones. So that is something really important to fix. So it's been worked on for multiple years, but Young Living came up with a daily hormone essentials. A lot of you know that I've actually took the route of HRT recently, and I love this daily hormone essentials. Let me share it a little bit with you. The daily hormone essentials, because I can take this alongside HRT, and if I choose someday to not be on HRT, I'm going to find some solutions for that too. So let's talk a little bit about what is it. I took mostly pictures of this, but there are constituents in this. So this is not estrogen. There's no estrogens or hormones in it. But what there is things is like magnesium glycinate. This is something I've already been taking every night. It helps me sleep. It helps my muscles when you go through perimenopause, postmenopause. But this is, any stage, even this, I'm just so excited. I'm sorry. Let me go back to magnesium glycinate. So look at that. So here we are, we have magnesium glycinate. So this is going to help my joints, my muscles, so many things. In here, we have a variety of Korean herbs. There's a lot of great research about that. Again, you'll have to sign up to come to our science Zoom when we talk more about this. Ashwagandha, which, remember the sex hormones I was talking about, and the cortisol and the stress, been proven for many, many years to help deal with those stress hormones and get them under control. Chase tree. A lot of women with hot flashes and different things have heard this. It's just a wonderful balancer of our hormones as well. And then this maca go. Maca root, you've heard of maca. Many women going through perimenopause and menopause will take this maca. But what I learned about it in the Science Symposium, I mean, in the peer-reviewed journal articles on it, is just out of this world good. And I wish I could remember it all. But again, you'll have to sign up to go to the science class in the Science Zooms coming up. So that's just the herbal blend. Then you add in the deep spectra, which is a frankincense, which is a technology I'll talk about in a second, which is just blows my mind. Divana, lavender, lang lang, clary sage, fennel. Again, all of these things to help support my body and really get it into balance. So let me just see if there's anything else I want to share with you on that. So you can take this, I can put it in water. I'm going to have this as a tea. You can take it in the morning, or you can take it in the evening. Some people enjoy it in the evening as well. Let me look here. So science, science, science. Welcome to the science show here. Next up, let me just... So next up, every woman needs to be on this. This won't be available to, I believe, end of July, early August for everyone out there looking for this. But this definitely will be something we will be promoting in our Rev Up program, because postmenopausal women can benefit so much from things like the cognitive health and other things that this product will support. Very, very good. Okay. So next we had a deep dive into the function of the liver. And this is something that I've been really studying quite a bit lately. Because lo and behold, myself and particularly my autistic son he's homogeneous for the MTHFR. So his liver struggles a lot. So basically the liver, it goes through 3 stages, we'll call it. I don't want to get too much into that. So much information here. So much information. So it goes through 3 stages. And in these 3 stages of your health, each stage, if it's dysfunctioning, and the liver can dysfunction 75% before it will show up on your blood tests. Right? When you go for annual blood tests and you ever hear like your AST, ALT, GP, whatever, oh, your liver enzymes are a little elevated, pay attention, because that means your liver has really been dysfunctioning. The great thing about the liver, it can regenerate itself very easily when it's given the proper things. That's why things like the Reset and a Rev Up eating program are so phenomenal. What I just saw in the science program just totally edified everything that we've been teaching women for the past 2.5 years, is that exercise, movement, water, when you give the body the right lifestyle things, your liver can be so much healthier. Your body and your hormones can be so much healthier. So, one interesting fact that Dr. Jihan talked about was a lot of people were like, oh, I'm going to go on a crash course liver cleanse, or I'm going to do this or whatever. And, I have thought this for years, but she said this, like, say, for example, someone took a drug, say a horrific drug in their past life, past bad season or whatever, like, say, LSD. If you went on a crash course to just take let's just detox the liver, boom, 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 you can actually have symptoms of the LSD because the liver and the fat cells and stuff, they store a lot of the toxins. So you really want something that's very, very more gentle and can focus on these 3 stages. And that is why Young Living came out with some of their products that they have. my goodness, look at all this stuff. It's so awesome. One called Whole Body Cleanse. We'll talk about that. And then the next one is called Liver Tone. So this is replacing, for those of you who have worked with Young Living in the past, Juvatone. We now have this Liver Tone. And I'm going to tell you, I am impressed with it. I've taken it just a couple of times and blown away. You're hearing a lot of things about NAC. Now, again, I've been studying this because my son's genetic chemistry, he needs that supplement. He needs more oxygen more oxygen to go in his blood because he literally struggles with some of those things. So this Liver Tone is something that definitely he and I will be on in our monthly wellness packages, because it is something that's going to benefit our body so good. The NAC that Young Living has in this supplement, a lot of NAC is made from like duck feathers. It's very like synthetic, not in alignment with what Young Living does. We have found a source that is naturally fermented, really, really good about that too. We have things like broccoli seed extract, which is very good for detoxifying, gently detoxifying heavy metals. We have things like clove and helichrysum. Those of you who like that product GLF, again, GLF sometimes can be a little challenging, harsher, right? So this product, this Liver Tone, I say would be very, very good for so many of us. Menopausal women especially, myself being on HRT, it actually is not the best for my liver. My liver has to work harder, all of those things too. So the Liver Tone is something that you want to get into your budget. Okay, you want to get into your budget. Now, additionally with this, so there's 3 phases. So the Liver Tone is going to help phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 3, kind of like that elimination process too. This is going to be your whole body cleanse. And this is a powder, and it really doesn't taste bad, I don't think. And I've gotten my son to take this a couple of times too. So this will be something, maybe not on the daily I'll do for him or myself, but definitely a couple times a week too. You know, I'm very big about coffee enemas, and now I see why they've benefited me so much, because of how I'm helping my liver with this as well. I believe in the whole body cleanse, you have things like ginger, fennel, and anise, really, really good. So a very good product. Just be aware too, if you are a wellness advocate who is going to help people get these things, just be prepared that these things will go in and out of stock as they level up to the need that we have. But this product for women, absolutely a must, but we need to support the whole body system. I use the whole body, so this is from Melissa. I use the whole body cleanse, and it is gentle and doesn't keep you in the bathroom. Yes, I agree, Melissa, but I felt too that it actually helped my stools, because taking progesterone as I am doing, actually, I noticed has been a little bit constipating. So I felt that it was actually helping my bowel movements too. Okay, where does Ninja Red fall into all of this? Ninja Red is our antioxidant juice. I usually have a ton around me at all times. It's our antioxidant juice, full with minerals. I heard today one doctor say too, it's a very much like an amino, a electrolyte as well, especially if you put a little bit of real salt in that. And she gave us a neat adrenal cocktail too that I'll be sharing too, especially when you're in some of my wellness groups. I'll be sharing some of this too. Okay, next up for you science nerds out there, I was talking about our Young Living essential oils. What else do I have? Oh, look at this. Let me just pause there for a second. Blood Orange pre-workout drink. Now, this is not something that's available, but I believe it's something they're working on and coming in. That's where like you have to come back next year. So this looks very interesting. Let's see what else I got in this little box going to the creatine. We've been wanting creatine for a long time. I'm very excited about this. Lemon lime creatine. This is just like things to come, right? This is what our science experts are working on for the Young Life Research Clinic. So this is something, ooh, it's going to taste good too. Lemon lime, stevia extract, quercetin, organic monk fruit extract. If you don't know, if you are a woman over 50, really all women and my autistic son, I put on creatine because of its benefits for the brain, not just muscles and recovery and all of that too. So that's really good. A banana electrolyte. Oh my goodness. What is this in our future to come? This has B6, B12, B5, contains electrolyte blend of calcium, magnesium, glycinate, sodium sea salt, potassium, and citric acid, natural banana flavor, organic stevia, bamboo silica, beta carotene, organic monk fruit extract. So we'll have to try that too. Again, those are some things to come. These things will be available in early August. The daily hormone essentials, as well as the liver tone and the whole body cleanse are available right now. Really impressed with these products. I have been working with this particular company in the science department for 26 years, and they always are 5 years ahead. Like, Dr. Oz, people follow that show, or the doctors or things like that. Young Living's had many of the things that you kind of see out there or things you hear 5 years ago and stuff too. Roxanne does not like banana. All right, bath time tea bags. What is this? This sounds very interesting. Lavender, Roman chamomile, rose, citrus orange peel, lemongrass. Oh my goodness, hibiscus. Chamomile flower, another oil, chamomile oil, and it looks like vitamin E. This is probably going to be amazing in the bath and make your skin and your body just get ready for relaxation and all of that. So that is exciting. What else is in here too? So we have this beautiful New Heights essential oil. We'll talk about that later. It is a very grounding but uplifting, not uplifting, focusing your brain on things for your future. We were diffusing this during a team meeting the other day, and it's just beautiful. We've been diffusing it as well. Salted caramel post-workout. Ooh, things to come here. This has magnesium glycinate and taurate. I'm hearing great things about that. Vitamin D, zinc, recovery protein blend, which has dehydrated beef bone broth, other ingredients as salted caramel flavor, natural salted caramel, coconut milk powder, organic glucose powder, sea salt, organic stevia leaf, and organic monk fruit. So this looks good. So these are things I'll test on my family, except my son can't have, or should not have, bone broth, because we learned that in his genetics. And all right, so we're going to talk a little bit about essential oils now, and give you a little bit of science about essential oils. So again, I've been in Young Living for 26 years. My first experience with essential oils was using this one essential oil blend on several different people's feet, in a little class training and stuff, holding it there. The next day, now I was very skeptical. I was a science background, all of that. The next day, one of the guys in there came up to me. He said, "I slept better than I've ever slept in my life." And I was like, whoa, I needed to learn about this. So the next year I kind of studied and I used essential oils. I also looked at other essential oils that time were on the market, which were very few, but they didn't compare. They did not compare, and they didn't get the results that this Young Living essential oil brands did. So I really kind of jumped all in. But 26 years ago, Gary Young, he loved the science and he would talk a lot about the science, but say in 1995, there was literally PubMed peer-reviewed articles. This means that the scientists did the research, they tested, they did controls, they did all of this research, not clinical research like you and me use lavender and we sleep great, right? This was actual, scientific research, controls, people who used it, people who didn't, or whatever, if it was petri dishes, etc. There was only 28 of those peer-reviewed articles in 1995. In 2022, there was 1,600 peer-reviewed articles. If you go to Google Scholar, which is like not just Google, it's like scientific things. There was 1,500 articles in 1995, and now there's over 50,000 scientific articles. So we know that people around the world are understanding more and more about essential oils. Many years ago, when the technology that studied these things, and I'm not going to get it right, I know enough that like kind of what a mass spec and a GC is. Those were big terms when I was going through chemistry and studying that. And Gary would talk about, gas chromatograph, and he would show us these little, like, here's what's in frankincense with his GC. But the technology of these GCs have gotten so much better now. So back then, like say 1994, we were seeing, or late 90s, Gary would show us about, hey, this frankincense, so this bottle of oil has over 200 different constituents in it. And constituents meaning, like in one drop of this lavender, there will be things called terpenes or carbon atoms, like attached to each other with some oxygens and things like that. That's kind of, most essential oils are very just full of carbon atoms and different things. So those are kind of like primary constituents, right? We're going to talk about that in a minute. But because the technology and the GCs have gotten so much better, we can actually see now, like frankincense back then, when Gary was studying, it had 200 different constituents. It actually has over 4,500 different constituents. Now that is really, really important, and I'll tell you why in a second. And let's just kind of compare this. And this is why we talk a lot about our Vitality line of essential oils and how they support the body and taking them internally. Because when you have an oil, I have said this and Gary has said this for many years, this oil has a brain. It goes into your body, it does what it does, and is on your body usually in just a couple of hours. But Gary, in saying this, like these oils know what to do. The reason being is they have all of these different constituents too, right? So they work in like this symphony all together. So when we're thinking about these things too, is that when I take a medicine or a pharmaceutical, I'm literally taking one dose of one constituent, maybe just a couple, and it's going into the body, and it's not like nature intended. So might that be why we have so many side effects of these drugs, many drugs, right? Or why people struggle so much, or why the liver becomes so congested when we're on so many different medications. So, I'm just saying that essential oils have a brain and stuff. My roommate get here, but this is totally fine. Hang out. Okay, so now here's the coolest thing. So my husband would love this. Big data learning, right? Big data learning is what you would call like AI and stuff. That's been around for a long time. Algorithms and studying and all of these things. So now you take this data of, say, frankincense and the 4,500 constituents, and you take one of those constituents and you use big data learning to combine and say, well, what do we think this constituent does? And they put it through all this, but this is the next generation of study that will actually be able to say, okay, this constituent in frankincense or lavender or whatever has been found to do blank, right? So that is why those of you who have like desk reference and stuff too, you see lavender and you see all these different usages of lavender, because one drop has hundreds, if not thousands, probably thousands of different constituents. How cool is that, right? How cool is that? So I feel like this next year is just going to be absolutely phenomenal. Can you throw me one of those little oil dropper things in that Uganda bag over there? Actually, bring the Uganda bag over here, please. All right, for those of you who haven't already done the raffle, let's do a little plug for Uganda. Oh, thank you. This is my commercial break. Oh, what am I drinking?
Blood orange something.
Blood orange. Ooh.
Yeah, they put the balance in it.
And Ninja Zing. Oh, it's nice. Thank you. Okay, so not this bag, but these beautiful handmade bags from Uganda. These bags are made by single women and widows supporting their children. This is a fair trade item. We have multiple bags, but we have a raffle going on right now. And inside the raffle is over $1,000 of amazing prizes. I'm going to show you one of them. You can sign up for that raffle. It's only $10. We're picking the winner next week. So you're going to get a lot of things that we got at convention here. Not like these items, but books and different things from different authors at convention here. And it'll support our Ugandan orphanage that currently we're trying to get them new bedding and stuff too. So I'll have myself or my friend Wendy Clayton put the link in there too. So I want to show you this. So taking your Vitality essential oils internally, using your essential oils every day. There's 3 usages of essential oils. There's actually more, but there's topical uses, right? You see this plain bottle. So this plain color bottle, this is using oils topically, right? So one oil, like lavender, has many different uses. They call it a Swiss Army knife, right? If this was a Vitality oil, I could take it internally, okay? If, so I can diffuse an essential oil, I can use it topically, and I can take essentials oils internally, okay? And remember, each essential oil will do things different. But then when you combine essential oils, it just kind of blows it through the roof. But back to this thing. So this company, Essential Oil Droppers, I met them this weekend. This little device here, you put your little veggie caps, so empty capsules in here, and you make your capsules, and you can make them for the week, depending on the oil that you use in there. I have a buddy who puts them in the freezer. The reason I want to say this is that I think we've gotten away from remembering that we can take essential oils internally. And today at the Science Symposium, I'm like, we really need to be like advocating people to take essential oils internally. It's really phenomenal. This is like, you know, $5, $10 or something like that. And just something to have. You have it out on the counter and you make your you know, droppers for the family. When you learn the research about how effective essential oils are, why wouldn't you be diffusing them every day? Everyone should be diffusing every day. If you don't have a diffuser, we'd be happy to help you get one. You should be using oils topically. Your aging parent, your little kids, you know, your peri and postmenopausal women, every stage of life can benefit from using essential oils all the different ways every day, and they are safe, right? There are some things you got to learn about and stuff like that, but you can do that and it'll be awesome. All right, so tells you about the big data learning, okay, so then next, back to that primary and secondary metabolites. So when you have a plant and you distill a plant, so imagine I take all of this lavender, harvested lavender. We'll go see it today. I'll come back on live. If it hasn't been harvested, I don't know.
Which?
When we go to the farms, are the lavender in bloom?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll see. You might see it, you might not. I might show you pictures. But the point is, when you take the plant and you distill it through steam distillation, you have the oil that separates, and then you have all this, what they call biomass or plant material, right? So it's like great plant material for, they might use for fertilize, things like that. But you leave in this biomass, in the leftover plant material, you leave a lot of secondary, what do they call them? Metabolites, maybe. Secondary metabolites. until we learned the new technology of deep spectra. Okay, so a couple of years ago, I think, the deep spectra technology came out, and they found that they could combination, I don't know if it's distillation or deep spectra technology, so that you could take both the primary constituents and the secondary constituents. So something like, where is it? The deep spectra frankincense. Many people know about boswellic acids. In fact, again, with my son's genetics and what his body needs, they found that for autism, boswellic acids are very effective and good. So the deep spectra has, through this distillation or deep spectra technology, it has the primary constituents of the frankincense. Remember I said 4,500 different constituents, and now it has secondary metabolites too, like the boswellic acids. You combine those two together, and here's some of the results that you're actually going to get. So let's just talk about deep spectra frankincense. So they were showing information today about stem cells. And I just learned a lot about that because I did hyperbaric oxygen therapy with myself and my son. And after spending $6,000 and 40 hours of hyperbaric, our bodies are now primed to have more stem cells, which can help produce for my son more angiogenesis, meaning his brain will have more blood vessels. For me, my body is, stem cells are really good because as I age, our stem cells go down. Okay, and this is why we age, and this is why we die probably too. But stem cells increasing also improves your immunity. So research on that is that the deep spectra does help our stem cells improve, right? And you can research some of that as well. Now, the other thing is NK cells, which I think stands for natural killer cells. You really want those in a good range, right? Natural killer cells in good range. So they studied frankincense squared with turmeric squared. So they're finding, I think they call it comfort maybe, is the they don't know what the name is yet, but these two, and they found that in just some research in blood cells, they found that in a person who had in-range NK cells, that it would increase the NK cells still in range by 20%. Now, they had another trial of a young boy who had an autoimmune disease. So his NK cells were too high, way too high. And they found that they actually, and this is over a 90-day period of using the product for 90 days. This is why we need to be consistent. This is why you can't use something or use an oil for a couple of days and it not say it doesn't work. You have to be consistent over a period of times, and 90 days is such a good period of time to do that. And that actually decreased his NK cells, I believe, back into normal ranges. So this is just kind of like the preliminary research of what we have and what we will have available. Right now, you can purchase the deep spectra frankincense. I'm sure as all of us go back so excited, it will go out of stock, but just have patience. This is nature, and this is not something that we can just like snap our fingers and synthetically made, right? So we're going to have patience. We're going to honor our company. We're not going to complain. But Young Living is the only company that has this deep spectra technology. Now, we also have what's up and coming is the Deep Spectra Comfort, which we're excited about that. That has the turmeric and the frankincense with it. We have the Deep Spectra Peppermint. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to try that one. Deep Spectra Lavender and a Deep Spectra Rosemary. So these are little samples that I might steal them all for myself. I don't know if I'll share all of that with my family. So if you enjoy science, if you enjoy a healthy life, if you are trying to find all different ways that you can improve your health and your wellness, I highly encourage you to maybe even re-listen to this video I'd be happy to help you get started using some essential oils, whether it's the deep spectrum. I'm going to encourage you not to just go online or try Amazon or anything like that. I am here. I've been doing this for 26 years. And I'm happily help walk you through this as you are a client of mine, a customer of mine, or even decide, hey, I want to bring this into my practice, or I want to bring this into my community and stuff. We have brand partnerships, which are available for those who qualify, and really looking at serving the community. So get started with us. Go ahead and message me privately. Love to help you and get started with some of these products, or even make it more of a lifestyle habit and show you how to get the best price at the, if you're going to do a 90 days, we have a wonderful loyalty program, or if you're considering brand partnership, I would be happy to talk to you about that as well. All right, just message me and have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.